And as you grow tall through the spine, lift the shoulders up and back. Allow the shoulder blades to come towards one another. Lift the crown of the head up to the sky. You can decide to close your eyes or open them, palms out or palms up. And just tune into right now, your position here on the mat. The sounds in your room, sounds within your body, sounds within your mind. Whether you're foggy from sleep or you've been up for a little while, just notice, just tap right in to right now and how you're feeling. Noticing what's coursing through you. Is it something from yesterday? Is it anticipation from something today or tomorrow? Because our body, our brains, our minds, our souls take all of this information in. It affects everything, our attention, our awareness, our digestion, our responses. It affects our breath as well. And so I'd like you to bring your attention to your breath while being mindful of all that stuff that's going on. And begin to notice that inhale as it comes in and the exhale as it leaves. Maybe allowing yourself the opportunity to soften in tight or dark places. Perhaps this awareness of the breath brings a little bit of understanding to your right now. And if it's open to you, I'd like you to explore Ujjayi breathing today. That's an ocean-like sound that we create with our breath. We breathe through the nose, but we will exhale. So we'll inhale through the nose, and at first we will exhale through the mouth, and then we will continue with the breath in another manner where we're only breathing through the nose. So first, go ahead and open the mouth and create an O shape with your mouth. Open it really wide and exhale, ha, H-A, as if you're trying to fog up a mirror. And then when you inhale, it's ah, A-H. Exhale, ha, H-A. Inhale, ah, A-H. And naturally your throat will dry out. And so go ahead and close your lips around that big open space you made and continue with the breath. This breath is continuous one to the next. And it's useful because it creates warmth deep within our belly and through the organs. It allows us to warm up from the inside and also helps to aid in digestion, management through the nervous system, also through the respiratory system, helps us to release any phlegm, helps us to breathe a little bit better, and also helps us to navigate challenges. Sometimes we have to hold positions in life and hold positions in yoga, and it helps us to navigate, it helps us to stay in rather than giving up, helps us to be our best selves and focus and concentrate through these tough times as well. And so you might find this breath helpful as you navigate the practice today, maybe even through life as well. Just a couple more Ujjayi breaths here. And on the next breath, go ahead and allow your breath to return to normal. Bring the palms of the hands together, lift the heart to meet the hands, and create an intention for your practice today. Something really positive, something really powerful. It could be based on ujjayi, it could be based on what it is that you need for yourself. Perhaps today is the day you invest in yourself, just a little bit more. And I don't mean with money, right? But in thoughts for yourself, in actions. Perhaps something you've been putting off that you've been wanting to do. Perhaps you haven't been so kind to yourself recently. Investing in yourself can take on so many different forms. And so perhaps that is your intention. And if you need something else today, my friends, feel free to go ahead and create an intention around that. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, turn your gaze down towards your hands to seal that intention. And then release your hands to your lap. Flicker the eyelids open. Inhale, bring the head to center and let the legs come out in front of you. Exhale and shake those legs out. Good morning, my friends. Take the hands to the hip crease. That's the place where the legs and the pelvis meet. Give yourself a nice massage down the thighs, to the knees, down the legs. Press the toes forward and draw them back. Forward and back. Circle the feet in one direction and the other. Beautiful. All right, my friends, come on forward onto hands and knees. Take that tabletop position, hands wider than your shoulders, index fingers straight ahead. Feet and knees 3 to 4 inches apart from one another, toes curled under. Inhale, lift the tailbone, let the belly fall, gaze straight ahead. Exhale, scoop the tail around the spine and gaze to your thighs. Inhale, tailbone, lift, belly falls, gaze straight ahead. Weight is heavy in the hands, especially the index finger and knuckle. Exhale, and then we round that spine. Arms straight and strong. Inhale. Big exhale. And take your time with that breath. Let's not rush. 2 more in each direction. Nice. Nancy, good morning. Good morning, Betsy. Hey, Connie. Good morning, Bridget, Brittany. Good. And on that last exhale, come on back to center in tabletop position. Draw the belly in nice and deeply. Lengthen that spine. Really engage through the hands, through the feet, through the legs, the arms, on up into the core. Lift that left arm up towards the sky, straight out in front of you, I should say. And then take that hand underneath of you and across to the right thigh. And take hold of the right thigh. So right here on the right thigh. Draw the belly in, lengthen the tailbone away from the head. Draw the shoulder blades onto the back. And then take a look underneath of that right armpit. So getting nice and strong. Watch that you're not locking into the right elbow, but you're keeping that muscular energy there. Taking a look back. Slowly come on back to center. Right hand reaches forward. And then the arm comes across. Deep breath in and take a look. Exhale through that left armpit. Notice the right hip wants to shift to the left. Keep it moving back. Keep the weight in the index finger, knuckle, and the thumb. Press down through the fingertips of that left hand. Lift the palm up just a little bit. So getting a little twist, little length to the left side. Come on back to center. Now from here, what I'd like you to do is take the left arm forward, take the right leg back. Here, now you're going to take the arm underneath and reach to the hip, right? So in this position, reaching to the hip, draw the belly in and take that look. Just a little bit deeper here, a little bit harder on the balance. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Think about drawing from the belly and almost opening through that right hip. Very slowly come on back to center and we switch sides. So now the left hand down, so the left hand down, the right leg back, draw that right arm and we switch sides. Sorry, left hand back, left hand down, left leg back. Belly brace, right hand across. Hug the inner thighs towards one another. Send that left heel back, drawing that belly in. Nice, everybody. And of course, if you're not twisting today, you could just stay right here with the hand to the belly facing straight down. You don't have to twist. And this is actually a very gentle twist that most of you will feel comfortable doing. Come on back to center. Take those knees down, curl the toes under, draw the belly and lift the knees very slowly. Ride the elevator on up
to downward facing dog. Taking the heels down behind you, way back behind those hands, even pedaling the heels out, bending one knee then the next, spreading those toes, just bringing a little bit of movement and awareness to this pose. Hands wider than your shoulders. That's really important for shoulder stabilization and health. Draw the forearms and biceps towards one another. Lengthen the sides of the body. Pedal, pedal, pedal. And at any time you can bring in that ujjayi breathing, right? So you could be challenged to hold a pose, challenged to move through a pose, and maybe just you want to warm up a little bit or just bring a little bit more awareness and focus. Inhale, lift both heels up. Big exhale, walk your feet forward to Uttanasana, that forward fold. Take the hands forward of your feet. Take them down to the mat or onto the legs, wherever you feel comfortable. Press down through those feet. Inhale to lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale to lengthen inner thighs back, heart forward. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press the feet down. Take the hands to the hip crease. Lengthen the heart forward to rise to stand. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, the hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Hands and feet press down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Hands beside your feet, bend the knees. Inhale, the left leg steps back and the knee comes down to the mat. Behind the hip, curl the back toes under. Front knee over top of the ankle. Press your hands down and lift that chest up nice and tall. Draw the belly in. From here, take your right hand to your hip. Keep your left hand down to the mat. Draw the belly in and begin to open from the belly button towards this right hand side. Keep the right hip drawing inward, left hip widening to the left. Breathe here. And if you're not twisting today, just maintaining that normal low lunge is fine. You can also just twist from the upper back or just the head and neck. Inhale, come back to center, lift the back knee, step back to plank. Press your hands down, press the heels back, draw the belly in, soft face, maybe even a smile or an exhale. Let the knees come down, let your heart come forward, bend the elbows towards the sides of the body, allow the upper body to come down, untuck your toes, take a moment, lift the shoulders up and back if they're not already there, slide the body forward, press the tops of the feet down, lengthen the tailbone, squeeze the glutes and rise the upper body to cobra, lifting the crown of the head towards the sky as you stretch the front of the body. Hold here and breathe. Curl the toes, inhale, press on up. Big exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Remember, child's pose is an option for you here, or half forward fold to the wall. You do not have to come all the way down. Drawing the belly in, pressing down through your hands. Bring your awareness to your right hand. All 10 toes press down, hug in through those arms and legs. Drawing the belly in a little deeper, stable. And then see if you can begin to lift the palm of the left hand, maybe some of your fingers, and then keeping the hips up and back. Maybe you take that left hand to the ankle, the calf, or the thigh of the right leg. Drawing the belly in, you can stay right here, or you can come into a little bit of a twisted position looking underneath the armpit, like we did in hands and knees. Hands and knees is a great option to go to if this doesn't work for you. Send the left hip straight back. Carefully, you're not rocking to the right side of the body. Inhale, come on back to center. Left hand comes down. The right palm lifts. Fingers lift. And then you reach wherever it is you can. Watch this left arm, my friends. It wants to bend and bow out to the side. Hug it in and up. Yeah, nice. Looks good, everybody. Watch those knees. They're not locked. Try not to shift your weight over to the left, but keep that right side down nice and strong. Looking through that armpit, really completing that twist. Again, hands and knees is always an option, right? You can also do a twisted, seated twisted position. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, walk your feet forward. Press down through the feet. Inhale to rise. Palms come together. Exhale, the hands to heart center. Take a moment to just remind yourself of your intention. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Press the hands and feet down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Hands beside your feet, bend the knees. The right foot steps back, the knee comes down. Aligning the left knee over top of the ankle. Keep yourself nice and safe. Back knee behind the hips, chest is lifted, belly is braced. Do me a favor, drag the front foot, back knee and foot towards one another. So there's lots of energy here, even though these legs are apart. And remember, we're not kind of just weighted down. We want to lift up from here. We want to be as straight and strong and honor that nice long spinal position as best as possible. Draw the belly in, take the left hand to your hip, and begin to twist open from that lower belly towards the left-hand side. The left knee, watch it, it stays right in line with the middle of the ankle, not out or in, very important, and hug the left hip in towards the right. Remember, you want to be twisting, ideally from the belly button. So moving that entire torso. Ujjayi is really great for twists. Inhale, come back to center, hands down, lift the back knee. Big exhale, step back to plank. Steady and strong here, right? It's such a tough pose, but it's so good for grounding. Oftentimes we focus on how hard it is and maybe what doesn't feel very strong here, but instead I want you to flip it and focus on how strong you are. To balance on your hands and your feet, maybe with your knees down if needed, that's incredible. Heart comes forward, take a deep breath in, bend the elbows, either knees down or up, let yourself slowly come down to chaturanga, untuck your toes, and slide the body forward. Draw the belly in deeply to the spine, send your toes straight back and press them down, heavy on the feet. Curl the toes, come to the knees, big exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Nice, strong, straight legs. Your feet can come wider than your hips if needed. Right foot rises towards the sky. Knee comes in underneath the chest. Step the foot forward in between your hands. Spin. Actually, let's stay right here for a moment into high lunge. Keep the left heel lifted, bend into the front knee, and inhale, reach the arms up overhead as you come on up, nice and tall. Drawing the belly in, lift that chest. Hug the right hip in, widen the left. From here, take the hands to heart center. Lean forward. And from here, you can begin to twist towards the right. You also can hook that left elbow across the knee. Send that knee right over top of the ankle. Send the left heel back. Draw that belly back. Lengthen that spine. Breathe here. Feeling the strength of the arms, the strength of the hands. If you're not twisting, just stay upright in a high lunge position. That's fine. Inhale, come back to center. Now from here, spin and open this back heel. Come into warrior two. Yeah, nice. Opening the hips. So we just closed them, twisting them. Now we're opening them. Fingertips away from shoulders, but shoulders drawing towards one another, crown of head lifted. Deeply bend that front knee and settle in, right? I know we were just in a lunge position. Settle in, try to get that thigh parallel. Use the back leg a little bit more. Good. From here, flip that right palm up to the sky. Take your peaceful warrior. Continue to send that front knee forward to continue to open into this hip crease. That's very important. Otherwise, you're going to continue to feel tight in the quad if you let yourself come back in the knee. Sink that knee forward and open from that hip crease. One more breath, heavy through the outside edge of that back foot. Inhale, come back to center, slide the hands down, step back to plank or come to standing mountain pose if you're not coming down to plank. That's fine too. Press your hips up and back to downward facing dog. And my friends, just notice the thoughts, notice the feelings, notice what's coursing through you, right? You've got to be aware of this because it really does manifest through our motions. Left foot rises to the sky, the knee comes in underneath the chest, step forward in between the hands. High lunge, we drag those legs towards one another, we rise on up. And just settle in with that exhale. Feel a grounding through the feet, a grounding in the pelvis. Even though the pelvis isn't touching anything, let it be grounded from the feet and from the action of dragging those legs towards one another and lift the heart up. From here, bring the hands to heart center. Feel free to twist and lean forward. You're welcome to bring that elbow across the thigh and lift that chest up. Be careful that you're not dropping your right hip down to the ground. Keep it lifted in line with the left and just twist from that belly button. That's a really hard thing to be aware of. So it's okay if, it's a lot going on, right? One thing at a time. Awareness is a skill that's really, really cultivated. Yes, good. Hang on, hang on. Nice, my friends. From here, go ahead and untwist. Come back to center. Spin that right foot down. Find your warrior two. Nice, Nancy. Good, Jenny.
Nice, Connie. Yes, Betsy. Good, Brittany. Nice, Bridget. Good, Christine. Slide those feet away from one another, really settle in. Because right now, everybody's typically like, oh my gosh, I feel a lot of weight in the quad, a lot of tightness. Sink on in, sink on in. Allow yourself to just let that pelvis come down. It'll take that pressure out of the quad and really use this back leg nice and strong. Yeah, nice. Breathe through, steady breaths, right? Sometimes we're in a holding pattern in life. We just got to stay the course. One more breath. Take a deep breath in. Hands come down. Step back to plank or mountain pose. If you're not coming to the mat today, down to the ground today, you can always take plank at the wall or mountain pose. If you are coming down, heart comes forward, bend the elbows. You're welcome to do a close grip push-up at the wall and cobra. If you're not coming down to cobra today, remember this is also an option at open, kneeling, backward bend. If cobra on the hands bothers you, forearms can come down. That's an option as well. So there's always something for you. Curl the toes, press back, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, hop, step, or jump the feet forward to Uttanasana. Take the feet down right underneath of the hips, draw the belly in, take a seat, lifting that heart into Utkatasana, chair pose, forearms hugging, belly bracing, chest lifting. Really draw the belly away from the spine. We have a tendency to draw the upper rib cage back, but the lower belly protrudes forward. Draw everything back. You want to feel a space here between your abdomen and your thighs, and then just sink back. Yeah, I know, we've done a lot. It's good though. We will offload in just a second. Just one more chance to build a little bit of heat. Another chance to use that Ujjayi. It's funny because in Ujjayi, we can use it not only in strength poses like this, but also really great stretching poses as well. From here, take your right leg back behind you, just about 3 feet or so. It doesn't have to be way far back, just about 3 feet. And see if you can take that heel down to the mat. It's okay if it doesn't touch, because depending on how your heel is formed, and your ankle is formed, I should say, it may not touch, and that's okay. Your foot can be like a 45-degree angle, not all the way out like Warrior 2 though, so kind of on an angle, or it can be straight ahead, it's up to you. Now from here, square off those hips to the front of your mat, inner thighs press back, and I want a long spine. That's the name of the game. Not how low do you go, but how long is the spine is what's really important. You're hugging your sit bones, your pelvis muscles towards one another, and lengthening that heart. And then from here, you take your right hand across the thigh, the shin, or the ankle, left hand to your hip. So into this revolved tripod. You're welcome to stay here. But another option is to take this into a balanced pose, as if this isn't enough balance, right? I know. So what you'll do is take your right hand down, either beside the left foot or in front of it, right, on that right side, or directly in front of it, or towards that left side. So you've got a couple options. Right beside the foot, take it up a little bit. You can take it right in front of the foot or across that foot. It's really up to you. Now shift your weight forward into this front leg. Hips are square to the floor. You lift that back foot up, curl the toes under, and then from here, begin to twist open from the abdomen. Now you've got a few options here. You can use the wall on your hand and do the same action. You can use the wall with your foot too. So in this position, you can take the foot back on the ground or up and use the wall in this action as well. So you got a ton of options, right, to come into this revolved. This is actually a revolved half moon. Yeah, nice. Good, Christine. Yes, Nancy. Nice, Betsy. Good, Brittany. Yes, Connie. Good, Jenny. My friends, wherever your hand is, notice if you have a death grip on that hand. Remember, this is yoga. We want to be kind of peaceful about it, right? And it's okay if you're falling all over the place. That's actually what this pose is for. It's really hard. Really, really hard. So the fact that you're even, attempting it is a really great thing. Very slowly hug into the center of the body. Come on down. Good. Hands come down, and then you just take that opposite leg back. So the left leg comes back. Chest is lifted. Belly is raised. So just take a moment, right? Take a moment and notice if you've gone to the place of, oh, this is so silly, right? I'm so terrible at this. Like whatever that thought process is, forget that, right? This is meant to be fun, right? And so from here, you can take that left hand across that thigh,
right hand to your hip. And remember, tripod, especially when we come into a twist, is very, very strong on a balanced pose. So my friends, you're welcome to stay right here. You don't have to lift that back leg up. And also you don't have to twist, right? Staying right here linearly is fine. Now, if you want to take it deeper, take that hand right beside that foot. You can take it up, you can take it in front of or across. That's up to you. Take the weight forward into your front foot, okay? And then from here, ideally, the hand comes forward of the foot. Taking it back beside the foot is really difficult to do. And so you want to take it up. And then how far it crosses over the midline is really up to you. Obviously, the more it crosses over the midline of the body, the deeper the twist will become. Press down through the big toe of the standing foot. Send that back leg back. And as if you're reaching it towards something behind you. Stack those shoulders, draw the belly in, maybe gaze up towards the sky. Lift that left hip, don't let it drop. Yeah, lots to remember, but that's life, right? We're constantly multitasking. Well, here's your yoga multitasking, right? 2 more breaths, steady, stay right where you can. And then very gently, very slowly, take that foot down and come on down to a seated position. Very nice job. All right, bend your knees and let the body come down to the mat. Bend the elbows towards the sides of your body. Shoulder blades on the back. Feet can come as close to your glutes as you like. Second toe straight ahead. Feet narrow and the knees narrow, really only 3 to 4 inches apart from one another. Pressing down through the back of the head, the back of the arms, the bottom of the feet. We lift the hips up towards the sky. Opening that pelvis, the front of that pelvis, right? Oh, opening the hips. My friends, if you're not laying down today, you can come into a seated, a kneeling, or a standing backward bend. That's fine too. So I just wanted to bring a little bit of opening to the front of the pelvis since we forward folded and twisted so much. Send those knees forward, draw the belly in, just big exhale here. And remember, my friends, you're not lifting through the lower back, but rather you're pressing down through the feet, lifting the hips up, lifting the glutes up and squeezing them. And you're sliding that spine as long in both directions as you can. Very gently, very slowly. Those knees come down. Extend the right leg up towards the sky. Take hold of the thigh wherever you can. And instead of lifting that leg up over the head, just send the foot straight up to the sky. Nice hamstring stretch here. Zip the pelvic muscles towards one another. So there's like this action happening between the muscles of the legs and the muscles in the pelvis. Draw that quadricep into the pelvis to give that length. Yeah. So this is a nice gentle hamstring stretch. Not have to go very far, but what's nice is that it keeps the pelvic alignment. Let that knee come down and switch. My friends, remember that twists, wow, they are detoxifying in emotional ways, chemical ways. They help us to gain focus, act in an authentic manner. They help to soften the hard edges of life and of our emotions. And so don't be surprised if, you know, today ends up to be an emotional one or one that you're really tuned in. That's a good thing. Even if you have to deal with things you don't want to. My friends, let that leg come down. Find your deep relaxation position, whether that is seated, standing, or lying down in Shavasana, arms by your sides, palms facing upward. If you're lying down, and just allow yourself to be supported by this mat, remembering that this time of quiet is essential to the body's recovery, but also the focusing of the mind. Take some time to just allow yourself to relax from toes all the way through the body to the tip of your head. Allow yourself some softness, some kindness, some care beyond the physical practice of yoga. And allow yourself to stay in this position as long as you can. My friends, I wish you continued good health, peace, and happiness until the next time we meet. And I thank you for allowing me to be your guide.
I hope that you have a very happy Thursday. Namaste.